Setsumetsu Evolution.
Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. So today it will be me, your truly, and then we have Dane, Azmi, and our new friend Zeke. Honestly, I don't know it from here. Alright.
No problem.
So for this video, we're going to talk about the new rule update from the latest Vanguard video in the official Vanguard, and also some of the changes in the current deck or the new deck in BT03 meta. So, who will start for the rules? I forgot.
All right. That will be our good friend Azmi here. So, Azmi, how about the rules?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you again for tuning in to T Fighters. Anyhow, so let's start off with the new updated rules made from last Tuesday's live stream from Bushiroad. So they said that they're going to limit the critical triggers, draw triggers, and front triggers in D standard to 8 copies, up to 8 copies only. So you can have up to 2, 6, 8. No more than that. No 12, no 13 crits, no nothing. Yeah, so that's a very good change of pace, definitely, because you really don't want to eliminate your opponent way too fast, because that's just boring, man. And my 2 cents, considering how we have an over trigger in our decks, it really kind of balances out. So there's no need for 12 crits, because that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. I testing it in Grividia before the rules update. Not gonna lie, Chief, they hurts way fast. They kill your opponent way too fast.
Especially with the drama going on in the Van community with Derek and Leonard, Bruce especially. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that they've play tested it and it's terrible. 12 crits and Bruce.
I heard about that too.
Yeah. See, even caught up with it. That's great. That's great to know.
Because that drama, we don't talk too much. It's on Twitter, so people can check it. That drama, it happens like by one of the Japanese player tweeted it. A lot of Cardfighters YouTubers does say about it, talk about the tweeting drama, which some of them are good and make sense. I don't want to talk more because there are some things that are unnecessarily
not supposed to be in this video.
Not supposed to be the video schedule, but we can talk only a little bit and move on.
We'd like to know the viewers' opinions in the comments soon below. Isn't that right, Azhar? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next itinerary.
Right. Next we can talk about Playstyle. That's not changes from D-BT03 from the D-BT03. Sorry, hesitated twice. The new cards for each Playstyle we changed a lot. So for now, I'm gonna talk about Dragon Fire and Keter. So let's do with Dragon Fire first. So in Dragon Fire, there's a lot of new cards helping a lot for Variana. You got the Expecta, the Order, one of the Blitz Order. Let me check out on my list. What is it called? Not this one. Oops. Where is it? Done. Here you go. Prayer of the Resonant Witches. Very cool card, very awesome order, and that boosts the Varina deck build to the point. Even some of the Twitter deck, they play like 1 or 2 of it, not too much, because with the new cards happening slot, they will change the slot, everything left and right. We gotta expect Valiente, cannot be too much. The new order coming in as well. Now, but for me, they are good cards. But the most winning card is Eugene. Eugene has more controllability on field control with pluses. They have a new order which is an R or double R. Some people can double check that. That order, every time you retire and open a card, you draw a card. Why? Yeah, that is a good booster on Eugene. Not gonna lie, it is strong. Broken, I don't know, but strong, yes. It's a strong card and it helps a lot. And then the crit also helping with soul charging as well for Varena and Eugene and Overlord. The crit also boosts pluses. And for Overlords, they have a new card that can help them counter charging. And they have a new card, 90k Beastic or 90k Beastic or 20k Beastic. Is it called 18k Beastic Stun Voltage Dragon? It's a common card. It's a very skill. Vanguard hits and 10k. And if you combo with Dragon Overlord, that's a plus as well. And they have another way of riding from the right deck as well. Dragon is it Dragon Reader Shihab? Yeah, Shihab. Another potential way of doing discard one card and stuff that will be like you can ride it by move this unit to soul and then ride it from right deck. It's a good soul charging way. But I prefer the discarding one card from my hand. That's a process, but you can also play both. How are you guys loading it now? Alright, that's enough Dragon Empire from my side. I don't want to holding the breath too much. I need to take a breather as well. So next one, we're going to move to Stokia and it'll be on our friend Azar.
Alright, so before I move to Stoichia, if Overdress goes to meta, if Overdress become a top meta, it is Expecta.
Anything like that?
God damn it, the puns!
Okay. But yeah, for Stoichia, first of all, I start with my favorite Stoichia, which is Magnolia. It got huge buff. It's not really a direct huge buff, but for me, it's quite a buff, especially when now with the new promo and picks, and with some of the cards actually help and picks to reach its requirement without you to hold back with your offense, like Price Trident and Unval. Price Trident's ability, if your other units attack, and it's the 5th battle or more, put it to soul, counter charge 1, and yeah, it's just counter charge 1. With that card, at the end of your opponent's turn, you can have 3 or less rear guards, and it triggers end pick. And also Unval, when it's at the back row after battle, return to hand, that also helps end picks to trigger its ability. So now Magnolia doesn't have problem with control if they know how to manage their field. Next, we go for Zorga. I'm not a huge fan, but after the triple R boost, the triple R card, which is the Dogo, it helps Zorga boost a lot. It boosts Zorga a lot because you can search order cards easily with that card. You can put it to drop zone or put it to hand. Then next turn, Magose. Alchemagic, So that's pretty much the Zorga buff. It has easier search with the order card, which making Alchemagic easier and doesn't break hard. The next one, Flagship Dragon, Flagbird Dragon. That card, honestly, it's a strong offensive card, but the resource, if you're going all out, it'll dry in 2 or 3 turns after turn 3. But you're gonna kill your opponent by then. So yeah. So moving on to the next nation. What is it, Dane?
The next nation will be Brangate. So they'll be talking about our good friends Asmi.
Oh, right. That direction.
Brangate. 3 current builds. We've got our Orphis. We've got Seraph White, Seraph Snow, right, whichever you want. And we've got our new up and running, brand new build, Nordlinger. So with the playstyle changes, definitely with the update rules, again, and have 12 crits, so boo-hoo on that. With Groinlinger, my gosh. Nordlinger, you have you either want to play draws or fronts, but recommending you use fronts because you could definitely pump up the numbers twice, since her ability, when you put 5 meteorites into your drop zone, you activate your triggers twice. So you could definitely hammer down fast. With
better hex orb.
with
better hex orb,
Orpheus,
yeah.
we're seeing a more defensive playstyle to it, with the new G1s, Kinetia, and some the G2 alien where you Soul Blast and he gets a discard of set order and he gets 15k shields. So that's very good. So you get a more defensive Orpheus. And with the new G1 as well, that searches the world, so that's very good too, you know? Playstyle wise, with the new triple R, Desutiade. Desperate. We'll call him Desperate. With Desperate, we can finally have a multi-attack in Orpheus, but at the cost of your booster. You may not swing much, but if you score luckily with your triggers, he's a force to be reckoned with, provided of course you have the resource. Because Soul right now in Orpheus would be the issues. If you have Bubble Mine, you're good to go. If you don't have Soul, well, you've got the budget CCs, you know, like from D-BT03. You'll know what it is. With Seraph Snow, I believe she's in a way the winner because of her new order, where it's called Refurbishment Dock. It's a G2 order where if you set it by paying Counterblast 1, put into your order all of your G2 rear guards, gain boost. So it's like an Alta Mile back into D, but with, well, 2 reasons.
I see
And,
that.
so yeah, it's a very good thing. If you play Makalai, you place on her, then she's done. That's it. She's a 10k beat stick, or she's an interceptor. Or if you use this order, she could be a 10k booster. Same thing along with Agara Rouge, the first triple RG2 and D-BT01. Place her, you could imprison, and also she could last definitely as a 12k, 15k booster. I don't know. It's been so long since I last played.
15k
definitely.
booster.
Yeah, so definitely it's the playstyle changes. It's going to be more technical, more positioning on that, especially more positioning. I think I've said my piece. So let's move on to the next nation. Dane, what is it, Dane?
All right. Next nation will be Keter Sanctuary, so be on me as well. So the new Keter Sanctuary card, the winner of the Keter Sanctuary new, there will be Hexa Orb, then Bastion. Because for the Bastion, the new triple R is one of the heavy priced combo twin drive card, which you have to rest certain amount of units. Let's say if you rest 4, you don't need to discard a lot of cards, but you're lowering your number of attacks. If you rest 3, you have to discard 3 cards from your hand. If you rest 1, you have to discard 5 cards from your hand. So that triple R card is one of the pushing card, but it's a very early game pushing card than a middle and late game, because that discarding is a heavy price. But the Hexa Orb, they have now a Hexa Orb Searcher. Where are you? Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Why can't we have one in Magnolia?
Revelation Magic of Totoris. Very simple skill. When this unit plays on RC, if you have a grade 3 Vanguard, after blast 1, search for Hexa Orb, reveal it and to your hand and shuffle attack. So it's a counter blast grade 3 searcher. And there's a deck filtering for free. That's an awesome card. But then you also have the other
exclusive to Hexa Orb, because if that is present in every nation, we're gonna be in the pickle.
Yeah. And they also have a good grade 2 Experiment Magic Falcorun. Very useful. Yeah, simple, so plus 1, check top 2, any other usual. But the second skill, as long as you Vanguard Hexa Orb, is a 12k beater with a 10k shield as well. Permanent, which is a plus. For Bastion though, I'm not really heavily on the on the new grade 3, which is good. But I'm focusing on their super recall. Is Rod Angel and Cloud of Heavily Intensity Vanguard. These two cards are their super recall cards. Like if you play in Bastion, you usually have to call cards from your hand, everything, right? With a pay cost. But for them, like Is Rod Angel is a simple skill. Soft blast 1, you can super call. If it's a unit, you may call it. If it's not, it stay on top. But for Cloudy Vanguard, if you have low card in hand, you can call him. You can call him counter +1, check top 5, and call other grade 3. A fun fact, guys. It skill say when this unit is placed on RC, not from hand. The hand is only 4 less. That's it. You can spam him. You can counter +1 and spam calling him. Like if you say, okay, call another one, and call another one with the cost of CB. And you don't forget, they have also the older card, which is Protector Pride. Very cool skill. Discard a card and all grade 3 gain boost. You could say it's Alt Might. It's back to Alt Might, but instead of grade 2, it's a grade 3. That's it. So yeah, they have the Alt Might flow effect. Now for PBD, it's not much there. It's like not a lot of new cool card updating it. Like it's only just several, just few fixing left and right. But overall, PBD is not bad. But for Hexa Orb and Bastion, now they have a lot of the playstyle and consistency increase. I think I say my saying a bit much.
I think we're gonna see a spike in Hexa Orb plays definitely in the Japanese meta.
Yes, that's true.
Actually, current Hexa Orb tops few times, like more often compared with back then.
Yeah, now with the new D-BT03, there's gonna be more. The consistency is increased, which is a good thing. It's not too broken, but just right increasing for them, a right boost for them. Even for Bastion has now more open playstyle, more cards that can help them with a lot of stuff with the current problem. It's there, but not much. Let me say. All right, next, our last nation to talk about will be Dark State.
All right, so
and that will be talk about our Azar.
All right,
so Azar,
right.
You may take the floor.
All right, so let's go with the new boss first, Griden, the Mafia Dragon. For a new build, it's actually quite strong. A very heavy Vanguard centric. In a way, better Overlord indie, but you don't compare that with the V or previous Overlord. But yeah, it's kind of Vanguard centric, but when it comes to meta, I don't think it will be at the top tier. It's just at the mid tier, because it has a lot of cons despite its pluses. Then moving on to Barrow Magnus, it's actually the second winner among all of the 3 Dark States, because with Griden support, which is supposed to be directed to Griden, Barrow Magnus can take some of his support for himself too. Like Desire Devil Goman, you can use that card. When you put that card to Soul by Vanguard's ability, counter +1, for the rest of the turn, your opponent must call 2 cards to Guardian Circle at the same time. So with that card, Goman, you can use it in Barrow Magnus and forces your opponent to call 2 or more cards for the next 3 attacks, include the Vanguard itself.
Yikes.
It also can steal Incane, but I don't think people will play Incane in Barrow Magnus because heavy Counter Blast. It's a Counter Blast 2 for a drive. There's actually more, like Ashurda. I used to play the nerf version, which is the grade 2 from the previous D-BT02 Napier. That's also a huge buff for Barrow Magnus. Yeah, that's actually the buff for Barrow Magnus. Like, even though there's a little amount of cards that buff Barrow Magnus, but since Barrow Magnus currently is quite insane fighting with the current meta, now it's getting a bit more insane even though it's a partial glass cannon deck. And last but not least, one of the recent hot topic in Vanguard community in Japan and global, the final rush. So let me make one joke about it. So Bruce used to be a meta in D-BT03 before Lyrical came out, but now with the D-BT03, it's becoming a top meta deck back just like that. So I have an X meta Bruce, I have D-BT03 top meta deck.
So I heard the joke. It's funny.
Hey, it's true. Okay.
It was actually pretty smart, as so yeah.
Smart joke.
Sorry if I trigger anyone, but yeah, it's like because of one card in Final Rush, it's making Bruce more insane. The Diablos Derek. That card can turn the table upside down, even though your hand is so small. But if your opponent has less field or certain requirement, there is like a better Eugene. Because you're playing a Eugene in a Bruce deck.
Yeah, actually.
During your turn 4, usually your hand is at average and you can hit your opponent hard. The next turn, your hand will be small because your opponent tries to end you. And you have Derek. Hey, you only have one card in hand, right? Okay, call Derek. Alright, GG. My field is back, especially if my opponent has less field. A table flip, nice. Aside from being a table flipper, with the possibility from the top decks and whatnot, and with the new double rare also for Final Rush, you can adjust your field easily. So yeah, with the Final Rush, with their weakness got covered with the new booster, it's getting more solid. And I believe it'll be number 1, if not number 2. Like 1.1, 1.2, if you ask me to rank them. But yeah, I believe it will be number 1 in the current meta, even though Laurel Nerol's still there. But yeah, that's all for me for Duck Stage.
I'd like to add how Greedon is actually just a thicker overlord.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's a thicker overload there. Like, it's not just that. Like, we come to like any build, like there are some similarities to other builds, but the thing with Bruce is that with a hot topic meta, right? Today, playstyle can change from Bruce playstyle to freaking Eugene and Clarissa. The reason why I say Clarissa, one of the promo card, a grade 3 boost. This unit get 5k, if this unit 5k, if it's in Final Rush. Skill, Counter Blast 1. I forgot the other part. I think just Counter Blast 1. If this unit is Final Rush, it can attack all the front row. So you have a freaking Clarissa order card to the field with only 2 restrictions, but Clarissa has a bigger restriction. And don't forget that for order card as well, the Counter Blast 1 put 4 cards to Soul, and Bruce gain effect. Yeah, Soul Charge 4. Then Bruce gain power and gain ability based on the Soul.
Why is it not a generic order card? It was supposed to be a Barrow Magnus card, really.
Well, if we know one thing, with Bruce being the second phase of the standard, like how Kagero is, we sure gotta make money, guys.
Yeah, that's true. We sure to get money, but then
even though Bruce is a top deck, right? I have a feeling it's gonna be a cheap deck despite all that.
Yeah, definitely cheap. Definitely affordable.
Yeah.
I think we've come to we've already said what we wanted to say. Is there anything you want to?
Any last words?
No. Yeah, I think everything is fine for now. As I think as we say, this is just our opinion on our playstyle, and this is what we think that can help from D-BT03 booster packs to the current meta game. All right, don't take the heart to feeling. Other than our star opinion jokes.
Hey,
That's your choice.
hey, the puns are great. Okay.
Fun's
Last
great.
words would be that for our viewers, down what you want to see from T Fighters in the next video, or what you guys think of today's video as well. Really appreciate that, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
All
Check it
right.
out, guys.
So, since no more last words, thank you and subscribe, and see you on next video. Bye bye.
Bye.